Maybe I added too much down here in the 80s. My average is now 74 cents. I got 2,500 shares. If it pulls back to 75, I'm adding more.
Actually, that's funny. I just put a buy order in for 75 cents.
Have a buy order for another 1,000 shares at 74 cents. Are you the one viewer that's on there? I see one viewer.
No, I didn't click on you yet. I just did now. Let's see if it changes.
Mommy.
I'm watching now.
Mom. Mommy.
It says 2 watching now, so anybody in the room?
Hello? We're live. Power hour. See if anybody hops in. We're going live on the fly today because we are in BIOL. Am I right? So we're long. BIOL. 74 cents. There we go. Watching BIOL. And what we're thinking is going to happen, we're thinking it's going to, bro, you are in the, bro, are you in the Huddy webinar? Oh, Huddy as in, Huddy's doing a webinar with Profitly? I did not know that. Let's see here.
Well, he's probably talking about this stock then, I'd imagine.
I hope he is. I mean, it's the only big mover today, pretty much. Let's see here. Let me look at my... I forgot to look at the webinar schedule this week. Let's see here. Wednesday. Oh, Mark Crook's going on Wednesday today. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Wow, that sucks. Well, I can't stop this one now. Dang it. I'm kind of bummed out now. I would have liked to... Well, thank you, Jonathan. So everyone, I'm assuming, is watching BIOL. I don't know who's long BIOL. I haven't been paying attention to the chat enough. But me and...
I caught it on the hole, baby.
But me and Henry are long as shit. So I actually... Dude, I had 12,000 shares long. I already sold most of it though. Now I only got 2,500 shares long from 74 cent average. I'm thinking that this is gonna, it already tested, it already slightly broke out. And I'm thinking it's gonna break out and squeeze out hard later this afternoon or during power hour. Is Huddy long? Oh, he's reviewing some of his trades? Speaking of reviewing trades, AKER, since on Monday when we had the live stream, dude, it's like right after we got out of the live stream on Monday, fucking nailed AKER yesterday, both me and Henry. I bought it I was buying at 303 down here, and I was buying at 303. Let's see if I can remember exactly how it went down. Oh yeah, I was buying at 303, selling into the squeeze in power hour. Then I added back during this consolidation, held overnight, and then sold in pieces. Sold some here. I sold some here at like in the 560s. Sold some in the 620s, and then sold the rest at 747. That was on That was AKER. Hey, I got an MBRX at 165, held too long, had to sell at 124, lost my... Oh, wow. Actually, I tried long in that one too this morning. So let's look at MBRX. MBRX. If we look at MBRX right now, I shorted it right out the gate. I shorted this morning spike and then covered into this. I didn't hold nearly long enough, but I was covering about the 160s. I was shorting in the 180s, 170s, covering in the like 150s, 160s, and then when it was consolidating, I bought into this consolidation. I had a 151 average, but then when it broke down, I got out right here. I think I got out like 139. So I lost like 10 cents. So I gave back some of the money I made on my short. Yeah, dude, you got to keep that wrist tight with some of these, especially with this one. If you look at the long-term chart on MBRX, I mean, it's got a history of fails. It's a beaten down chart. Look left, always look left on the daily. And if it's got a history of one day of failed spikers, don't overstay your welcome on the long. And keep your risk, try to buy off a key support level. You want to buy off a key support level so you can keep your risk tight. And right now, Matt, we are in BIOL. So Henry bought it right after the halt. I bought it on the dip when it pulled back. And then I've already sold some, so I've already made some money on it. But now I still got 2,500 shares long with a 74 average, and we're thinking power hour. So power hour, between the last hour of the market, that's when a lot of the volume comes in. So a lot of times they squeeze out that last hour, kind of like AKER did. We nailed AKER Monday afternoon during power hour. We should have did one of these. See, look at it. It's almost the exact same setup. It spikes, it pulls back, and then it comes back, it reclaims VWAP. It consolidates over VWAP, and then boom, look at that last couple of hours. The last couple of hours, it tests high a day, it pulls back. That's exactly what BIOL's doing. It tested high a day, it broke out a little bit, it's pulling back right now, and then now we're thinking, now we'll get the volume, real volume will come in, and I'm thinking we should get a squeeze into power hour. So hoping to get like over $1 today. And then depending on how well it holds up over $1, might hold some overnight. I think you're holding some overnight, right, Henry?
Yeah, I mean, unless it just totally gives it up. I mean, so as long as it stays, 60, 70, 80, 90 in that range. So my theory, what you're talking, like I said, I bought it in the halt. My initial position I had 57 cents, but then Brian talked me into buying some more shares, and now I'm at 65 cents. But this company, so if you read the news, they partnered with another company to manufacture ventilators in response to coronavirus. They had FDA authorization. There was supposedly an article I seen, and you can research it yourself, but that they have an order of 10 million already. So I'm thinking this is going to do what the other companies did. It's a 20-cent stock, squeezes over $1. If it holds $1, maybe tomorrow it gaps up a little more, and who knows, by Monday or Tuesday, this could be a $4 or $5 stock. That's dreaming right there. I mean, I'm dreaming there, but you never know. So unless it just totally gives it up, I'm going to take the chance and maybe hold it overnight. Especially if it breaks $1 and stays above $1, I'm going to hold it.
I might pull back the VWAP right here. I don't know. I kind of want to add more shares. Like if it pulls back to 74 cents, my average is 74.
I already have an order to buy at 75, so
We'll see. I don't know. So this company partnered with, they don't make the ventilators, they just partnered with somebody that makes the ventilators, correct?
it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't really say who makes them.
But it says they partnered with a company that makes them.
So I'm assuming it's, yeah. So the Thinkorswim says partners with ICU equipment maker. So yeah, so they must be the maker. Mekics, MEKICS, to manufacture supply ventilators in response to the pandemic.
So you guys know that it's Friday is Good Friday, so the market's closed on Friday. So we won't do a live stream on Friday. We'll do one tomorrow morning though.
And the ventilator, if you want to Google it, it's the MTV-1000 ventilator.
M like Mary Tango Victor.
Yep, I'll put it in the chat.
So Jamie shorted tops yesterday.
So while I'm waiting here, I'm gonna actually Google it myself to see what it looks like.
Nice trade, Jamie. What'd you short it at? What was your entry and exit, Jamie, on your top short? Ooh, I like that short a lot, man. Who was the broker you used to short it with? Interactive Brokers? Because E-Trade doesn't let you short stocks under $1. I like that short a lot, actually. It spiked up, it squeezed, it pulled back, it bounced, and then short this bounce. I like that. I like that play.
So it's like a machine. Machines that cost like thousands of dollars.
What, the ventilators?
Yeah. Google it once.
Hopefully I won't need one.
Dang.
BIOL. He shorted it. Jamie was in at 6,400 shares at 37 cents, out at 28 cents. IB, nice, man. I like that play. I like that short a lot. I don't have any money in my Interactive Brokers. I'm going to ship some money over there soon, actually. So I can short stocks that are under $1. Let's see here. Tops. That's what I want to look at.
Tops that moving?
No. I'm looking at. He said that Jamie said he shorted tops yesterday, so he shorted at 37 cents. So I'm assuming you shorted it right in the morning when it was failing, and then covered at 28. Damn, dude. That's a good cover. You nailed the bottom. Fuck. That's a real good cover. Or unless you held it to today. Did you hold it? You could have. No, you didn't hold it overnight because you used the day trade. Fucking PDT. Well, actually, Jamie, so speaking of PDT, power hour is a good time to trade. So, like, if I was under PDT right now, this would be BIOL is one I'd be seriously considering right now, because today's day one. It's the first green day. You could buy this. Now, I wouldn't say take very small size. You could even buy it like right now, like 84 cents, and then hold it overnight, hoping for a squeeze over. Even into, I mean, it might squeeze up today and then hold it overnight, and hopefully it gets over $1 tomorrow or later this afternoon.
Or, I mean, for that matter, because I do that too, because I'm building one of my other accounts up from a small account. I do that. I hopefully get a gap up, and any gap up, I don't have to use a day trade, and then I just sell it right away in case it tanks, or, watch it, because then you're not wasting a day trade, obviously, and maybe can make a little bit more money. I was just actually telling Brian, I use Webull, because they have actually on their platform, they actually have a thing that shows all the after-hour runners and gaps up, instead of like you trying to individually trying to find them in that. It'll literally give you a list of the top 50 or 100 stocks that are moving after hours. So then you can pick and choose what one you might want to hold overnight.
right?
Yeah, it's just like Robinhood, basically.
Yeah, it's just an app on your thing, and that's where your chat and everything is for your Weeble.
Yeah. Before I got TD Ameritrade, I mean, that's where I traded from initially. Robinhood and Webull, and then I finally broke down and got TD Ameritrade.
MBRX. You got back in... It stopped streaming for some reason.
Yeah, it shut me away. I don't see you.
Okay, is it reconnected? My back? Can you guys hear me?
Let me unmute my thing.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The streaming software that connects me to the live stream got out. So back to MBRX. It could, it definitely could. But when I look at, if I look at a longer term chart, let me go to daily. Let me look at like 4 years. If you look at this daily, chart, I mean, it's got a lot of histories of one-day failed spikes. See, like that one-day failed spike. You know what I mean? This one spiked up, it failed. It's just got a history of just like spiking up and then failing. That's why I don't like it. That's why I didn't get back in it. It could though.
Brian, did you buy some more in this pullback?
Oh no, I didn't. Wow, I didn't see that pullback. So BIOL. You know what, Matt? All I can say is if it's not doing what you want, get out. If it's not doing what you expected, like, get out. I don't know if I want to buy more on this pullback or not. I probably should, huh? On BIOL. Are you revenge trading it, Matt? You're like, give me my money back, bitch. I'm thinking about buying. I got an order in at 74, so I'm going to change it to 75. All right, I just added some more at 77 on BIOL. I don't know what to tell you about the MBRX, Matt. I mean, I know you're pissed off. Be pissed too. That's why you keep that's why you keep that risk fairly tight. Get out, man. I mean, you could get out for break even right now. You won't lose any more money on it. You know? I mean, tell you okay, like right now we're trading BIOL, BIOL, and I think this has it's showing strength. It's holding over VWAP. It's putting in higher lows. You could exit MBRX and then enter BIOL, and it's a cheaper stock too. And you could buy 1,000 shares. That's only 1,000 shares is only $780. You know what I mean? And this thing might go to $1.50 tomorrow. I think your potential is better with BIOL. Well, you said you're in at 133. So, I mean, if you got out right now, you could get out for basically break even. I don't know if you're under PDT or not, though. I got back in. Yeah, you're in at 133, so you're not really losing. You can get out at 132, you'll lose a penny. But right now, BIOL is the one I think is the play of the day. It's got news. We're looking for, the three things we're looking for. Chart, volume, and a catalyst. Right, John? CVC. So we got a nice looking chart. We got a spike. We got a pull up, setting in higher lows, holding over VWAP. You know what I mean? We're moving into power hour. So we got the chart. The volume is insane. I mean, look at the volume. The volume on the daily chart, this is the most volume it's ever had. It's got insane volume, and it's got a good catalyst. Now, the only way I would be interested in MBRX is if MBRX did something like this. MBRX did something like SGBX did last week. We were trading this one last week. SGBX is basically the same setup. It's just different ticker. Okay, there we go. So last week, these are 10-minute candles. So last week, it's the same thing. Maybe I can find it in 5-minute, 15 days.
If you go on you can adjust that, manipulate that too.
I need 20 days. I need 20 days, 5-minute chart. Right there. 5 minutes.
You know, on that Thinkorswim, when you pulled up to switch from 1 day to date, on the right side on the top there says time frame. You can manipulate it even more.
Here, I just got it. I got what I want now. So here we are, SGBX last week. So look, it had the pre-market gap up, right? Just like MBRX. It had a spike, just like MBRX. It failed, right? It failed, but then it reclaimed VWAP. Once it got up, it set in the higher lows, and it reclaimed VWAP. And when it consolidated over VWAP, and we're moving into power hour, that's how we knew it was going to squeeze.
I'm mad about this one.
Now MBRX is not doing that. MBRX is showing absolutely no strength right now. It's way off VWAP. I mean, I'm not saying it. I could be wrong though. This thing could still come up tomorrow. Anything can happen. You know, anything can happen with any of these fucking stocks. You never know. You just got to play the odds. But right now, I mean, I just don't see it coming back right now.
The only thing you can do right now, if you don't want to sell right this second, power hour is going to start in 1 minute. See what it does in power hour. If it starts to ramp up, you might want to hold on, but there's just no volume on it right now. It's just kind of like, and I'm pretty optimistic.
Yeah, Henry thinks everything's going to the fucking moon.
Yeah. But
yeah, I'm pissed off that I still don't have my 12,000 shares on BIOL. But that's okay. It was too many shares. I was getting, every penny was like freaking me out. It would go 1 penny up or 1 penny down, and I'd be like, oh, you know what I mean? That means that my position size is, I need to be relaxed in the trade and not, like right now I got 3,500 shares long. I'm up almost 10 cents. I'm up 8 cents on the trade right now. So my average is 75 cents now. After my ad, it's 76, 77. So I'm nice and comfortable. And it's either going to squeeze or, I think it's going to squeeze. I hope it squeezes.
all right, we're officially in power hour.
Tim Grattani is short AKER too. And for anybody out there for any of you guys that don't know who Tim Grattani is, he's basically like he's probably the best low price stock trader in the world. That trades these smaller, small cap stocks that are like usually, range between $1 and $20. He's pretty much the best at it. He's really good, and he makes a buttload of money. So now we're into the last hour, 3 p.m. Eastern time. So now hopefully we can get a retest of high a day. I'm thinking we will. Look at that. Dips below VWAP. Boom. See it? Reclaim VWAP. Boom. Bounce right off VWAP. Now we just need to get a push through high a day.
Yeah, I definitely want to see a break over $1 today.
Oh, it'd be so nice if it did. I mean, even if it got to $1, I'd love to see it just get to $1. It gets to $1. Hey, did you get hooked up with E-Trade Pro, Matt? It's easier to, if you get hooked up with E-Trade Pro, it's better to watch, you can watch the better charting, and you can create a watch list, and it's easier to put your orders in, and, you can have your positions up in your accounts. It'll tell you if stuff's live or if it got executed. So there's a book called Japanese Candlesticks by Steve Neeson. Get that book. It's really easy to read, and it'll explain the Japanese candlesticks to you.
Only if that's how you learn. Some people are visual learners. You can just YouTube multiple videos on how to read candlesticks, and if you're a visual learner, that's going to help you way better than reading about it.
There you go. That's a good suggestion too. Here, I'll give you a quick little rundown. So, every one of these candles represents a time frame. So, for example, right now I'm watching the chart that I have up right now. This is a 5-minute chart. So each one of these candles represents a 5-minute candle. So if we look at the very, very, very first candle when it started to squeeze, at the beginning of the 5 minutes, it opened right down here at 25 cents. Whenever it closed, when the 5 minutes was up and it closed at 50 cents. So let's look at this candle right here. This candle is called a doji. Or no, actually this would be more like a shooting star. Okay, so what this one says is if the candle is red, that means the open was at the top. So it opened at 79 cents, right? And then the very top, that was the high in that 5-minute time period. And then the bottom, that's the low. That wick on the bottom, the top of the wick is the high, the bottom of the wick is the low. And then where it closed is at the bottom of the body of the candle. So you have the body of the candle, then you have the wicks. So it opened at 78 cents, and then it closed at 76 cents. And then the high in that 5-minute period, the high was 89 and the low was 73. So what that says to me, that candle right there, that shooting star candle right there, tells me that it squeezed up for 5, 10, and then it got halted right here, and then it squeezed up again to almost 90, and then there was a lot of selling pressure. There's a lot of selling pressure, and then it started selling off. So right now, it's showing a lot of strength. So these candles, it opened lower right here. It opened at 77, and it closed at 83. And then it put in a little doji. A doji right now, a lot of times on a doji like this, where the wick is kind of, where there's not a whole lot of body in it, and the wicks kind of are equal, that kind of shows indecision in the market, where it doesn't know whether it's going to go up or down. It's consolidating, going sideways a little bit. So that's a basic rundown on the Japanese candlesticks. Oh shit! I forgot about that.
What?
I just got a short executed on XAN that I forgot I even had the order in.
Oh yeah, we talked.
It's at 324 now. It's squeezing. I might want to get out of that. See how
Dang
it.
it!
See how it acts.
Really?
Yep. It's. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get out.
And I looked at that this morning at around 9 o'clock. I'm like,
Well,
because it popped up, it was up, and I'm like, oh, XAN's running again today a little bit. But I'm like, yeah, it's just gonna do what it did yesterday. It's gonna get me in there and then just fail and just. But no, it grinded all day, didn't it? Damn it! Son of a gun. Oh well, you can't catch them all.
Okay, I'm gonna cover. If it gets over 325, I'm out on XAN. It looks like it's gonna squeeze higher.
Man, that's a good thing that we had in the stock. Or you came back for power hour. Or would you have caught that?
If I would have caught what?
That you had a short and all of a sudden get squeezed out on it?
Oh, I was coming back for power hour for sure.
Yeah.
There's no way I wasn't coming back for power hour. So now we're at 88 cents on BIOL. I hope you bought some BIOL on this pullback, Matt. Back here at 76 cents. You'd be up 10 cents on it right now. Because that MBRX is failing right now. It's back down to the 120s.
Ooh, it's getting bought up. I like it. I like it. Come on, buyers. Buy this baby up. Buy it up. Buy it. Buy it up. Buy it up. Buy it up. Buy it up.
God, I hope this. I hope BIOL becomes a multi-day runner. That'd be awesome. Because then it'll be such a good short too later on.
Remember I told you I marked my...
Henry, when Henry first saw the news, and it got halted, he read the news to me, and he's like, I'm buying as soon as the halt is over with. He says, I'm telling you right now, he says, I'm predicting this stock is going to be our next, this thing's going to $3 or $4.
And I literally... All that happened within like 45 seconds. I seen it pop up on my high day. As soon as I pulled it up on my chart, it got halted just like that. I bought it 5 seconds later, and then I said what Brian just said. That all happened within like less than 1 minute.
He's the only reason I bought it. He had so much conviction in it, and I was like, when it pulled back, I was like, fuck it, I'm buying it. I'm buying this pullback.
And the reason I said is because it's got the news. It's partnered with the actual legit big company. That's a legit company. It makes the ventilators, which is the last resort for people with COVID. And if you look at all the other stocks that ended up being $3, $4, $5, they started in between 20 to 50 cents. And I'm like, I'm taking a chance that this one's going to go do the same thing.
Well, and there's been
wrong.
There's been a lot of times when Henry will say some crazy shit like that I'm just like,
You're smoking crack.
yeah, I'm like, dude, get the hell out of here with that. That's retarded. There's no way this stock is going to go up that much. And then a week later, he's like, I told you. It's like, all right.
It seems like it does happen more often than it doesn't happen. Because then I'm like, God, I should have bought it more. Or because a lot of times I don't buy into them. And then it goes, and I'm like, God dang it. I should have bought it, but I didn't. But
I'm gonna
then
be.
again, you can't catch them all.
Did that, Matt? Did that make sense on the Japanese candlesticks? Did you get all that?
Come on, baby. I am liking though how it's not just giving it up before power. I mean, because a lot of stocks too, you see them go up, and then power hour they just die out and they're done.
And
So
another.
the fact that it's not giving it up is good.
Yes. So let's say that this thing, if as long as this thing stays over 75 cents, I'm gonna hold it overnight. Because a lot of times what they'll do, if they don't, this one has a pretty big float. I think it does. BIOL. It's trading pretty thick, so I'm thinking it has a bigger float. Yeah, 21 million, which is still small, but it's trading pretty thick. A lot of times with these, if they don't go during power hour, and if they keep just kind of consolidating and holding their strength, holding their highs, holding near their highs, then
Gap up the next day.
then even after power hour, it's a lot easier for these stocks to squeeze during power hour. I mean after power in the after hours.
Oh, another thing, Brian, too, what I told you when I first bought it, and I said my theory why I think it might go to $3 or $4. So they put out this news that they're partnering with the company. They got the FDA authorization to make the ventilators, blah blah blah. So that pumped the stock. So now I'm thinking, who knows? Maybe tomorrow or Monday they put out a news that, all right, we got such and such orders of this, this, and this. You know, they put another news release out to make the stock squeeze even more.
Oh, another press release.
Yeah, another press release, which a lot of these stocks do. So that was my initial thinking too, that this could be one of those as well.
Yeah, they got to pump their stock. They got to pump it
Or
so
I
they
just
can.
hope.
They got to pump it so they can get the price tag up, so they can do a financing, so they can stay in business.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I'm thinking, and also obviously hoping.
And then they do the offering. They do the offering like AKER did, and then it kills it.
Still hanging there though, but it did pull back quite a bit. It went down to, what did it get down to? Like 570. Now it's back up to like 580.
I did buy Invax today. I thought it was going to break out because if you look at the daily chart on Invax, it was a breakout on the daily. So I was thinking any 1780 over 18. I'm thinking it goes right. So I bought it today. I wish I would have bought it on this dip, but I ended up. I bought it. Where did I buy it at? I bought it at in the 17. I waited. I should have bought the high day breakout here in the 1730s, but I didn't. And then when it started squeezing, I got FOMO. And then I got in at like 1664. And then it popped up. And then when it couldn't break out, I sold it around 18. And then actually I shorted it. And then when it was holding up, I got tired of watching it, and I covered it into this little dip right here.
Brian, we got to make a pact because it's happened multiple times. Okay? Anytime we're watching a stock and it does its breakout, we just got to buy it.
Oh, you want me to just buy the breakout every time?
Yeah. I mean, how many times we've been watching stocks? It's breaking out.
Well, you know what? Okay, so maybe maybe I'll buy the breakout today on BIOL if it really starts squeezing and the action speeds up and it really starts to go parabolic. And since I already have a good average, maybe I'll buy it then. But I mean, if I already have a good average and I'm already in the money, I feel more comfortable buying in that scenario rather than just if I don't have a position at all. Because the way we've been accumulating on dips on BIOL, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, true. I mean,
anyways,
but it's like they all work out.
But back to INVAX here. So with this one, sometimes, it didn't break out today, but if it holds its gains and it holds up here, it may get volume and squeeze out maybe tomorrow or something. So this is INVAX definitely on my top potential, is a top potential buy, and it's top of the watch list for me.
BIOL is about to squeeze.
So right now, INVAX putting in a doji right now. So if it holds right here, maybe we get a gap up and a squeeze tomorrow. We'll see.
BIOL is about to test high day.
BIOL. Look at this shitty ass company. Yeah, we partner with somebody that makes ventilators. Dude, that is such a reach. We partnered with somebody that makes ventilators. They don't even sell them themselves. Okay, look, here it comes, power hour. Let's get that high day breakout. Oh, Tim Sykes. Tim Sykes is long, BIOL at 83 cents. This is what he says. Bought 15,000 shares of BIOL. He bought it at 315, so he bought it 4 minutes ago. Buying a little dip off the highs of this new ventilator play. I think it can retest the highs, possibly break out. Goal is to sell in the 90s.
Hey, put him a message back. Say, hey, my buddy, way ahead of you. He caught it at 57 cents. What are you doing? He just did it because he's already probably selling it right now.
Yeah, he's long 15,000 shares.
That's probably why I just had that little pop.
I would say that's good because a lot of people, when he puts that alert, there's a lot of people buy. But this stock it's got so much volume. Even his subscribers aren't going to move the stock.
True.
This thing, if it's going to go, it's going to go. So we're testing highs right now. Babe, what are you doing? Are you tired of listening to me? Oh, okay.
We're trying to make some money.
I swear to God, as many hours as my wife sat here and listened to me trade stocks, I think she could trade stocks.
Does she have more patience than you?
She does with the kids. Oh, we're rejected by high day. That sucks.
It's getting bought up there at Wick. Sort of, kind of. Yeah, it's getting... Can you hear the birds?
I can hear the birds. Sykes sold at 92 cents. He got out. So he made almost 9 cents on it. Sykes, he's looking for 10%. He makes his 10% and he's happy.
Yeah, when I'm a millionaire and I can buy that many shares where all I need is 10% to make a ton of money, then I'll be too, but...
Now he's making me antsy. He's making me want to sell.
At 15,000 shares, he made 9 cents. So he made $1,350.
How much did he make?
$1,350 in 6 minutes.
So I'm gonna start sell. If this thing gets anywhere near $1, like 98.99 cents, I'm gonna be selling some into that. Not all of it, but some of it. I'll probably hold some overnight.
I guarantee you he's going to put this out on his email watch list that he sends out. I bet he'll send an email later today, and this will be on it. Scooby-Doo.
Crack your whip. All right, so I got an order in to sell. I selected lots though because since I bought in different lots, so the stocks, the shares that I bought at the highest price, I selected to sell those first. Hopefully, I'm going to sell them up at 99 cents. But right now, it's looking. I don't know if it's gonna do it. I'm getting impatient, Henry.
Patience, my dear Watson. If I would have only told you that earlier today.
No shit.
It was 1 minute off.
When I had 12,000 shares.
Sold it 1 minute too early, guys. Literally, it was like 1 minute.
Oh, my Zan short working out. It's giving it all up.
Crappy day to move into.
Giving it all up like my high school prom date.
Dang, anybody watch the new season of Ozark on Netflix? That show's so good.
Yeah, I binge watched that in like 2 days. It was amazing. Now I gotta wait for the 4th season.
Are they gonna come out with the fourth? Don't give me a spoiler. I don't want to know what happens yet.
Oh, you didn't finish it?
No. I'm only like on episode like 3 or 4. Dude, I have
There's
kids.
only-
I have kids. I can't watch that show with my kids around.
Well, they go to bed at 9 o'clock.
So do we.
Yeah, I was about to say I go to bed like 30 minutes afterwards. I go to bed pretty early
Well,
these
that's
days.
lucky. You could just get to space it out. I binge watched it in 2 nights, and it was done.
For some reason, oh gosh, I don't like this dip.
When you dip, I dip, you dip. When
I'm
we
about
dip-
to I'm about to sell right now. Some of it. It's annoying me. I'm about to sell here at 86.
Unless it just totally tanks, I'm holding on until power hour is over.
Well, one of my ads was at 86, so that's why I'm looking to sell. Maybe
Oh, gotcha.
we'll see. Because I can always add back at lower if it goes lower.
That's right. True dat.
Right now, if I took it off all right now, I could make $436 on it. If I took it all off right now.
Do it.
And I'd be up over 1,000 on the day. Look, there you go. It's getting bought up. No, I ain't doing it. If it breaks down past the 85, I'll probably, if it goes to 84, I'll probably sell it at 84 if it goes to 84. I got my finger on the trigger. Did you buy Invex? Oh, yeah, I already bought Invex. Yep, we already talked about that one. Yeah, Matt Alvarado, Steve Neeson, Japanese candlesticks. And it'll show the patterns. In the book, it shows like the patterns that like whenever you get like 3 different candles together or 4 different candles, what the different whenever you get the different patterns together, like say you got like a like a bearish engulfing pattern or a bullish, you know, it'll show you all the bullish patterns and the bearish patterns, and it'll go over, you know, like one of my favorite ones to short is an evening star. So an evening star would be, if you look at AKER on the daily, so I'm going to pull up AKER. I shorted AKER this morning, and it was because of this. So if you look at so you had second day, so this right here, so you have a big green day, and then you have a lot of selling pressure, and it puts in this evening star. It has this long topping tail, a lot of selling pressure. So that shows me there's a lot of sellers there. So this morning, when it gapped up, so right here, see all that selling pressure yesterday? And then this morning, it gapped up. And when it gapped up, I shorted right at the open, and it flushed. And I covered into that. And then I gave a bunch of it back on MBRX, like you did. That's okay though. The biggest, you know what? Here, I'm gonna give you my rules. These are my rules, and I can't say I've always followed them either. I broke the rules many times. Rule number 1: enter the trade with the set risk and respect your risk. That's rule number 1. Respecting your risk is paramount, because you want to losing is impossible in this, or not losing in this game is impossible. You have to learn how to lose well. You have to manage your risk. The best traders in the world always are masters at managing their risk, because you want to let the winners run, and you want to minimize the small ones. So if you respect your risk, then you'll only get scratches. You won't get deep gouges and deep cuts. So that's rule number 1. Rule number 2, shit, this fucker's losing. All right, I'm selling here. I'm selling some at 84. Come on, get me out. All right, I got some out at 84. So now my average now is 70 cents, so I can live with that. I can hold overnight. As long as this holder is 70 cents, I'll hold it overnight. Rule number 2 would be, do not add to losers unless it's part of your plan. Meaning like, let's say that with BIOL, let's say that I was going to short BIOL, right? And let's say that I was shorting it into this strength right here, thinking that high a day was going to be that $1 was going to be my risk. So, but you don't know where it's going to roll over and go down. So you might scale into it. You might take a small piece here, a small piece here. You might size up a little bit more here in the 90s. And then maybe you add again in 92, and then you're hoping that it's going to roll over and die. But, so I'm scaling in, and I'm adding to a loser, but it's part of my plan, because my plan is if it gets over $1, I'm getting out. Another one is trade familiar setups. That's another one of the rules. Don't just trade fucking everything, because there's so much noise out there that you can just sit here and click buttons all fucking day and you'll just get random results. So you got to trade shit that you've seen before and that you understand. And with that, in order to get that, you maybe say, okay, trade familiar setups. Well, what's a good setup then? You might not know. So that means you have to put in a lot of screen time, or you're just watching the market and you're watching these stocks go up and down and until you get familiar with different patterns. Like today, like this morning, MBRX, I was shorting MBRX as soon as it spiked up at the open, because because a familiar setup to me is this stock is up almost 300% pre-market, right? Now, the stock, I've seen stocks go to 500-600% up on the day, but the odds are in my favor is if this thing spikes, that this morning spike is going to fail. That it's going to, so I was shorting into this morning spike knowing that it's going to need to get a pullback and it's going to have to consolidate before it can come back and rip and go higher. Because it's going to be extremely difficult. Like, I think if a stock is up 200% on the day, right at the open, if it does spike, it's going to be a very, very short-lived spike. So if you are buying a stock that's up 200% on the day, don't overstay your welcome. Take your profits fairly fast because it can, most likely it's going to get slammed down. So this is a familiar setup. And then also with BIOL, we just saw the same setup with AKER. Spike up, pulls back, reclaims VWAP, and then it's setting in the higher lows. Sets in the higher lows, moving into power hour. And then now we got something we can hold overnight. So for those of you who are under PDT, if you're under the pattern day trader rule, then this is one that you could buy right now, even if you didn't have a trade, an intraday trade that you could use. Like if I was under PDT right now, I had no trades, I'd probably be buying this right now at 85 cents and holding it overnight. Because I think this goes higher tomorrow. Don't you, Henry?
I agree. It might even go, like I said, after hours, like you were saying.
I think it's going to go after hours, honestly. I think it will go after hours. And if it does go after hours, I'll be selling some into that after hours squeeze. That was, so my sell right there, I just covered the rest of my XAN short from 324. So I made a couple $100 there. But, so my sell on, that was kind of an emotional sell that I had just a few minutes ago when I sold at 84 cents. Because where did it break down? It broke down right here. See, it started to break down. I was like, fuck this thing. And I got out. So now I'm wishing I wouldn't have sold. And now I'm thinking about buying back. Look, there it goes.
I got a bathroom. I'll be right back. But talk about, you mentioned a little bit, but it's got 74 million volume today. So if we don't break 100 million today, I think, like I said, that's another, it's got so much attention that it's going to be a day two runner, in my opinion. I'll be back.
All right, I just added back at 87 cents. I just bought some more. So now my average is back up to 76 cents. I mean, this is a nice trend on BIOL. So we got 25 minutes till the market close. So I'll be really, if this thing rolls over right here and just starts dying into the market close, I will be absolutely shocked. I mean, this is a really healthy looking trend. I mean, it makes me want to add more.
All right, I'm back. Is somebody who was watching, is somebody still watching that webinar? Are they talking about this at all?
What'd you say? Say that again, Henry.
Is somebody in the chat still watching that webinar? Is it Huddy or?
Oh, it was John. John was in the Huddy webinar. Did
he talk about this stock at all, John? If you're still there. I'm
sure he probably did. He might have exited this one. Storm Kiker says, what's a good price to buy back in at for the first time today for the first time today, and do you think it is safe to hold overnight in a swing? I do think that if you're accumulating a position on this, you want to accumulate on dips. So like here, you know, buy on dips, buy on a dip, buy on a dip, buy on a dip. You know what I mean? Accumulate during dips. Because I mean the overall trend is holding up. And as far as holding overnight, yeah, I think this is a very, very safe play to hold overnight right now. I think that it's probably, I think this stock is going to gap up and have a day two. At minimum, I think it's going to gap up either after hours or in the pre-market. I mean, if it doesn't, you can always be wrong, and you have to be willing to accept if you're wrong. Sometimes I think people care more about being right than they do making money. I think there's been times when I've been like that, where I'm like, this thing can't keep going up, and you just keep adding to my fucking short. That's how I took my biggest loss ever. I don't have a day trade account, so I'm building with a small account. Oh, you don't have any day trades? So you're under PDT and you don't have any day trades left, right? Is that what you're saying? And if you are under PDT, if you're under PDT and you have E-Trade, do you guys know where to look on your account to see how many day trades you have left? I don't know if you...
Show me that.
On Interactive Brokers, it just says right there on the web trader.
Yeah, so does Thinkorswim. Yeah,
and Thinkorswim tells you, but for if you have E-Trade, you have to open up your web browser. It doesn't even show. That's what really sucks about the E-Trade Pro is that E-Trade Pro doesn't. You know, like on Thinkorswim, it'll tell you how many day trades it has right there in Thinkorswim.
Yeah,
Whereas
awesome.
whereas E-Trade Pro, you have to open up your account on the website and you have to go to balances, I think it is. It's been a long time since I did this. And you have to scroll down under balances. And it should tell you under balances. Scroll down there and you look for day trades. Whereas, since I'm not under PDT anymore, it doesn't apply to me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's under balances.
No, it's not under there. I'm trying to look right now.
So if you go to, it's not under balances. You don't see, if you scroll down. Yeah, day trading. So go to balances. You see that? Here, let me go into my other account where I have less money. I'll go to this one. I'll be able to find it there.
So you take on the top where it says complete deal, portfolios, watch list, orders, balances?
Yeah.
So if I click on balance, it just like shows my net value account.
And then you should be able to scroll down there and you see a part where it says, it should say day trades, and it should tell you if you have like 1, 2, or 3.
All right, to open up a detailed balance. I had to click it. Okay, yeah, now I see it.
You see it?
Yep.
So yeah, click. So you have to click on detailed balances, and then it shows you, right?
Yeah, it opened up another.
And that's how you can tell how many day trades you have.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you don't have, and you don't want to violate, if you violate the pattern day trading rule, because I violated it on purpose and then I violated it on accident. If you violate it one time, then you can call your broker, and usually they'll give you a pass. They'll be like, okay, I didn't know about it, blah, blah, blah. And they'll say, okay, and they'll wipe it clean, and then you can restart. But if you do it more than one time, they'll restrict you that they won't let you have margin. Every broker is different though, but they'll restrict you for 90 days. For 90 days, you'll have to hold every single stock overnight for 90 days. You won't be able to trade at all for 90 days. I've been in PDT jail, I think, like 3 times. One time I made my wife open an E-Trade account, and I moved the money over there. And then I traded out of that account because I just couldn't stand being in PDT. And how I got around it is I had accounts one time I had I had 2 E-Trade accounts, one with myself, one with my wife. I had a TD Ameritrade account and an Interactive Brokers account. And so I had 12-day trades in a week. And I had like 2,000 in one, 3,000 in another, 3,000 in another, and I just grew those. And then whenever all that money got over 25,000, then I combined it all into my E-Trade account. BDT is the biggest fucking crock of shit. It's annoying. It's so annoying. I hate it. It's supposed to protect the traders from themselves, but for me, it always felt like handcuffs.
Because you end up in bag holder city.
Yeah, when me and Henry first started trading together, he lived in bag holder city.
Yes, I did.
He was the mayor.
Definitely, for sure.
Population 1. Damn it. Fucking BIOL. Come on. It's dipping here.
It's gonna dip, and then it's gonna rip. It's gonna dip before it rips.
We got 15 minutes till the market close. I'm praying for a gap up in the after hours I can sell into. I had a limit for 750 shares at 65 cents. It dipped to 66 and jumped, and it's taken off since then. I've been scared to jump in. So far it's gone, but it just keeps going. I've only been trading 2 weeks. You know what, man? It's okay if you miss it. If you're scared to get back in up this high, I don't blame you. You can just watch it. Watch it. The screen time is valuable, man. Just seeing these trades and seeing the setup and seeing what happens and watching things unfold is very valuable in itself, even if you don't make money. Because
yes, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, I haven't seen you here, so you're new. If you are new, thanks for joining. But I paper traded. I didn't trade real money for almost a year. Brian's telling me all the time, he's like, I can't believe you have the patience to get up, watch these charts. But it helped me learn just that.
The screen time.
Hours and hours and hours of watching.
Yeah, you got to watch, man. I mean, they say to become like an expert in anything, you got to put 10,000 hours in. So.
And that's one thing I liked about the TD Ameritrade, the Thinkorswim, because you can do paper trading and you can literally paper trade the stock as it's moving live, and that's how personally I really, I wouldn't say I got a lot better by doing it. I'm still learning every day, but
if I were to do it all over again, I would say definitely paper trading, because they have options, you know, on your, like on the E-Trade Pro and on, like right now what we're looking at right now on the screen, what I'm doing the live stream with is Thinkorswim, which is with TD Ameritrade. Now, what really I trade from is E-Trade Pro, because that's where all my money's at. But I use the Thinkorswim just to do the live stream. But they have the option, you can choose paper or real money. And if you've only been trading 2 weeks, I know you're probably anxious to make money, but you got to realize that this game is kind of front-end loaded, meaning that the money comes a little bit later. You got to put in the time and the studying and the screen time and watching the charts, you know, and plus it's better to, you know, if like one of my kids, if I was teaching one of my kids, I would make them trade in a simulator first. I would have them paper trade first. I'd be like, and my kid was like, hey dad, give me $10,000. I want to trade. I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to start you off in a simulator with $10,000. And if you can grow that to $25,000 in a simulator, then I'll give you 10 grand. But if you can't prove to yourself you can do it in a simulator, because what I did right in the beginning is I used real money because I'm far too anxious. And I just want to make money now. And I didn't make money now. I fucking lost my ass the first year. The first year, I lost over $5,000 at an average of $150 per trade. That's a lot of fucking losing. It wasn't easy. It was painful. So, and it's because I didn't have the screen time. I didn't know what setups I was looking for. You know, after you watch these charts for hours and hours and hours, and as you watch the stocks move, you develop like an intuition and a feel for how things are going to go. And you're not like, when things start moving fast, you don't get like deer in the headlights. You don't get so emotional because you've seen it before.
All right, it's got to bounce off of 80 cents. What's it doing?
Yeah, so this is Thinkorswim, Matt. Thinkorswim's a good platform. Matt says this is my 4th week and I've learned that I need to put in the time to study more. I've got a few lucky trades in the beginning, but it catches up too quick. I don't think you were lucky, dude. I think you saw opportunity and you took it. So Sykes says BIOL fading into close. So right here, if you were going to accumulate Storm, if you wanted to buy, right here on this dip would be the spot to buy. If you wanted to accumulate more shares. In fact, I think I'm going to accumulate some more shares here. Because my conviction on this trade is high. Let's see if I get a buy in. We got 10 minutes till the close. So there's a dip. We're even though it's going down. So I just added right here at my execution was at 82 cents. Even though it's going down, you gotta look at the big picture, the overall trend of the trade. Look higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. A little bit of a higher low. So now my cost bias is 77 cents. So now I'm long 4,000 shares at 77 cents.
Good news is I'm seeing sells on the level 2 at $1 and then $1.50. So some people think it can go to $1.50. But this stock too, the last 2 minutes of the market could squeeze 30 cents because people get FOMO who can't buy after hours or pre-market and they want to get in. I've seen it happen a lot, which I'm kind of hoping it does.
So we got 10 minutes till the close, 9 minutes. And then hopefully the stocks, since the volume is lighter, it's easier for the stocks to go up and down. So a lot of times you'll see these stocks, and this stock is barely moving like a cent or 2 cents, in like a 5-minute period. I mean, after hours, this thing could gap up to like $1.20 because the volume's so much lighter. Now, if you have an enormous position, it's hard to sell that position. Harder to sell, but with the sizes that we're trading, we're trading, like right now I got 4,000 shares, but, there's people out there that are trading 50,000 shares, 30,000 shares, 100,000 shares.
I just bought some more, so now I got some more. All right, here we go.
So really, I mean, 4,000 shares sounds like a whole lot, but it's only a $3,000 position. But every penny counts, though. So we're dipping down. See if it gets bought up. Is it going to get bought up, Henry?
Yeah, I mean 75 cents. I don't see it breaking below 75 cents, but I've been wrong before.
I hope it doesn't.
So since the big float, I'm assuming there's a lot of shares to be able to short on this.
I mean, there might not be now. Want me to look real quick?
Yeah, check it out.
See if there's shares to short on it. Oh. So yeah, there's shares to short on it. So now I'm break even on it. Now I'm wishing I would have sold up there in the 80s, but I mean, you don't know though. We'll see what it does after hours. So we got 5 minutes until the close.
What do you think? What do you consider the support levels on it?
Well, 75 right here. This matters right here. The 75.
And then the next one, 60, 65? Or 70's got...
Thinking it should get bought up right here. The 76, 77 level.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people want to buy it at 75, for sure. And I'm hoping. Come on, baby. Bounce. Like I said, too, this could be just people selling, getting out because they can't trade after hours in pre-market and they don't want to hold it overnight, Like Robinhood, you can't buy and sell after hours or pre-market unless you, I think, pay extra gold status or something.
So there we go. Now it's getting bought up a little bit. Back to 80. 79.
I like it. I like it. I like it. 4 minutes. Oh, actually, no. About 3 minutes left. Come on, squeeze for daddy. That's a good point, Matthew. Sometimes making $50 is obviously better than losing $250. So
Let's look at the 5-minute chart. Sometimes I like watching the 5-minute chart because it gives you a better overall perspective of the price action on the day. Whereas with the 1-minute chart, you can get just shook out on and freak out over every 1-minute candle. So if we're there's the yep, there's the 5-minute chart. Go ahead, Henry, say it.
It's getting bought up.
It's getting bought up. Getting bought up. Okay, the kids are not around, so go, bitch.
Squeeze, bitch. Motherfucker.
Says Robinhood gives you till 6 p.m. but doesn't open till 9 a.m. What I've noticed, if you lose profits before 9 a.m., that's... Dude, Robinhood is not even a real broker.
No, but, I mean, I started out there, too. You know, hey, it's... Not everybody can just open a TD Ameritrade account and...
Yeah,
well, I didn't know you didn't... I thought you had to have a lot more money until I researched it and like, oh, I could have just started with TD Ameritrade and not Robinhood.
But a lot of people don't know any better because back then, before... I'm super thankful for Robinhood because without Robinhood and Webull, if they wouldn't have came around with their commission-free trading, if they wouldn't have come around, then
that's why I started.
Yeah, then TD Ameritrade, because they took such a huge market share from E-Trade, from the big brokers, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, Interactive Brokers, that it forced E-Trade, it forced these big brokers to go commission free. Because last year,
I switched to TD Ameritrade, so.
Dude, last year so I paid commissions from January till we went commission free in October, I think it was. I paid, and I was getting a discounted rate at E-Trade because I'm a high frequency trader. I was paying $5 to get in, $5 to get out. So every time I hit the buy button, it was $5. Every time I was getting out, it was $5. From January to October, I had paid like $4,300 and something in commission fees in 9 months or 10 months. So the fact that now that I'm super thankful for Robinhood now.
All right, we get 10 seconds.
So we finished in the green. Ding, 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 ding. So now we watch after hours. See what it does. So if this thing spikes up to 90 after hours, anywhere between 90 and $1, I will be selling some. And then I'll hold the rest overnight. I'll probably sell half if it gets up to 90. Definitely sell half. And then hold the other 2,000 shares overnight for hopefully a gap up. So we'll see.
And me, because I'm greedy, I'm just going to hold overnight.
Yes, we do this daily.
Well,
Yep.
we don't live stream daily.
We don't live stream. We usually live stream. We're consistent about doing it every Friday at 8:20 a.m. And then lately we've been going Mondays and Fridays because Mondays are usually a good action day.
Monday.
And then today, since we thought that this one could be a squeezer for Power Hour, we thought we were going to have a parabolic move. Because sometimes this exact same chart, you'll see this exact same chart, but instead of it getting stuffed here at high a day and then rolling over and coming back, it just, boom, volume comes in and it just pumps and just goes parabolic that last hour. So we were hoping for that, but we didn't get it. So that's why we decided just to live stream on the fly, hoping that we would get this squeeze. So tomorrow, Friday is Good Friday. So since we have Good Friday, there's no trading on Friday. So tomorrow we'll be live tomorrow morning at 8:20 a.m. Well, it's not 9:20 Eastern Standard Time. So 10 minutes before the market opens, we'll be live. So
For Thirsty Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday.
That's a good one, Henry. So, what are the after hours times? So after hours goes it goes to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 7 p.m. So it's 3 hours afterwards. Or 4 hours. 4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours after the market opens. And all kinds of crazy stuff happens in the after hours. Doesn't it, Henry?
Yeah, perfect example. CODX, was that last Thursday or Friday, or was that this week?
CODX.
Whatever day it was.
Let me pull it up real quick. CODX. Let me pull it up on the chart. Oh, yeah. That was last Friday.
Was it last Friday?
Yep.
At like 6:30, was it, or something?
Yep, look at this. I got the chart up. Yep, last Friday. They put out news.
And literally, by the time I got off my couch, because I was watching on my phone, got to my computer, which is 15 feet away, it squeezed like $1. But it was squeezing so fast I couldn't even get in. I'm texting you, and I'm like, it went from like $8 to $11 or some crazy thing. It was redunking. Oh yeah, you got it on the chart now. Yeah, it was. And then by that time, it's like, can't buy it up here.
I shorted it on Monday morning. I had an average of like, I think 11.20 covered into this flush right at the open.
Which is kind of my own fault, because I should have, like, because that was a valid stock, you know. I mean, it was moving a lot, you know. I forgot to put alerts in it, that it would have alerted me on my phone that it passed a certain amount. And that's another good thing to do, everybody. I mean, multiple, you know, stocks that are consistently going up and down running. You know, when it's down, I always, especially if I've traded them, I'll set alerts on my phone. You can do it through Thinkorswim, you know, that, hey, if it hits this price now, I want to at least look at it to see if it's going to start moving more, and maybe I'll get in on it instead of, like, missing out. And that exactly happened on CODX. I forgot to set my alert that it passed $9, because if I would have seen that, I'd been buying. So that's definitely a good thing to look into doing too, setting the alerts. Because there's so many stocks that you can't be watching them all, and then all of a sudden they put out a news release. I mean, on the Thinkorswim we have our high a day too, but sometimes that's, you know, doesn't pop up right away. Where an alert, as soon as it hits it, it's going to alert your phone. It's going to alert. If I'm at my computer, I see it pop up on my computer, but if I'm away on my phone, it's there. So that's definitely something to do.
The after hours. Okay, so you missed what we said about the after hours. The after hours time goes till 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it trades. After hours trading is for 4 hours after the market close. So in New Mexico time, that'd be 6 p.m. that the after hours goes to. So look at that. We're getting starting to get a little gap up on BIOL now. How do you short? How do you short? And would you recommend someone as new as I am to look into that so soon? No, don't, dude. Shorting. Henry's a long bias. I actually short quite a bit, but shorting's very, very dangerous because shorting's super dangerous because the stocks, a lot of times these stocks go higher than you think, and whenever you're long a stock, you can only lose. I mean, if the stock goes to zero, the most you can lose is 100% of your money. Whereas when you're short a stock, you can lose double, triple, quadruple your money. If you're holding and hoping, if you're waiting for it to come back. And plus with shorting, another thing that sucks about shorting is that if you're holding overnight, you got to pay fees. You got to pay fees if you're holding overnight. Plus you have to find shares to short. Not all brokers are created equal. And not all brokers have shares to short. Like if you open an account with TD or Ameritrade, they never have shares to short on anything. And if you're getting, so say you get a high-end broker that, first of all, if you want to get one of these higher-end brokers like Centerpoint Securities or something, you have to open an account with a minimum of like 30 grand, I think, $30,000 or $50,000. And then and then you have to, on top of paying for the overnight fees, you have to get locate fees. So if for your broker to go and find the shares to short, you pay a locate fee on top of that. So it's easier.
Definitely not for newbies.
It's easier just to learn. I would say just learn the long side of it first and just stick to a specific long strategy in the beginning and just get good at that. Just get really good at that and focus on that. Get really good at doing that, and then later on down the road, after you have more money in your account, it's plus with the short strategy, you need more money in your account. You definitely need more money in your account. So if you're just starting out with a small account, long bias is definitely the way to go. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short right there. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 10 minutes before the market open. So 9:20 Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow morning.
Yeah, if you got in there with us, good luck. Hopefully we can have something good to talk about in the morning.
Yes. So I don't know who's all in BIOL right now and at what price. Type it in the comments if you're in BIOL and at what price. Yeah, usually the minimum is 2,000 on any of them. You have to have a margin account, and you need at least $2,000 if you're going to short. Tell you the truth, Storm, if I were you, what I would do is I would keep working, like work your regular job or do whatever. Work your regular job since you only have, okay, I just opened up Friday with 500 and now it's sitting around 800 from yesterday. What I would do is I would just work your regular job and whatever money you can add to your trading account, whatever, expendable income you have, you can just slowly just keep adding to it. And while you're adding to it and growing that just by your regular working, I wouldn't even trade. What I would do is I would paper trade from the TD Ameritrade, do the paper trading and just get screen time and don't risk your money yet. Don't risk your hard-earned money yet since you're so new to all this. And just keep practicing from the simulator and paper trade. Meanwhile, adding money to your account just through regular good old-fashioned, whatever your job is. And because it's really tough to grow like $1,000 account. I mean, if I was starting back, I would recommend at least like, $2,000 or $3,000. Yes, we'll be back tomorrow morning. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow morning. So hope to see you here. So Storm's in 600 shares at 80 cents. Sweet, you're up 3 cents. I'm in 4,000 shares from 77 cents. Henry's in from, what do you got, Henry?
So I got it on 3 different accounts here. So I got a total of 2,200 shares with an average price around 70 cents.
Wow, Henry. Henry's in the monies.
I mean, I get some, like I said, I got one account's got a 65-cent average, one's got 72 cents, and then the last one I bought on that pullback, I got, where'd it go? 80 cents. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right, cool. We'll let it go for right now. We'll see you guys in the morning. Peace.
Hopefully we all wake up in the money.
Yeah, hopefully we wake up in the money tomorrow. Sublime he bought in at 24 cents.
What? Who's it? What?
Oh, shit. Damn, man.
Dang.
He caught it early.
Are you still holding or did you sell?
Did you sell any yet? Sublime?
I'm curious. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm curious. He must have bought in. He must have been in before the news came out, or he was just happened to be right there.
Yeah, I mean, or it could be like I bought the TBLT hoping that 14-cent stock would do something like this, but
yeah,
didn't. A few days ago, nice job.
Oh, he bought in a few days
I hope
ago.
You got a ton of shares because that'd be amazing. Oh, he sold at 85. Nice.
Nice sell.
Quadrupled his money.
Damn, man, quadrupled his money. Holy shit, that's amazing. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
trade. But if there's anything that I know, you don't have to be there for the first initial spike. Okay? The first initial spike can go up, and then you can let the stocks, you can let it set up, and that's what we've done. We've let it set up, and we got on a dip here, and we're long, and hopefully we're gonna get a gap up tomorrow. So, or a squeeze here, and we could get even though it's kind of gapping up just a little bit right now, but this gap could really take off here in the next few hours. We don't know. I've seen them really go and squeeze after hours hard. So we'll see. Other than that, we'll see you guys in the morning. Peace.
Later, guys.